Alright guys, today we have the new version of the Kinsal Gaming Chair for review. Just released last week and delivered today. First things first, if you see here on the side of the box, it says super heavy. They're not joking around with that label. It is pretty hefty with the steel frame. It took a bit of effort to get it downstairs into my office. As you see, the box is roughed up a little bit. I'm sure that's no fault of Kinsal's. That most likely UPS, it's not uncommon for them to rough up packaging quite a bit in their shipping process. So I guess we'll go ahead and open it up and move on to the assembly. Alright, so now we have the box open. We'll go ahead and go through the different components. It's like here we have the back piece of the chair. Looks a little purple on video, but it is blue in person. Next we have, looks like the base, the wheelbase. So we'll put that over to the side here. Inside it looks like we have the bottom piece. It's like it's going to be either the headrest cushion or the lumbar support cushion. Okay, that piece is pretty heavy. Go ahead and leave it there for now. Pretty sturdy it seems. This must be the head cushion piece there. And then here we have all the components, the hydraulic piece, the armrests, and the wheels. So we'll go ahead and get everything unbagged and move on to the actual assembly portion. Alright, before we move into the assembly portion here, real quick, we have the instruction sheet. Step 1, open the carton, check. Step 2, check all the parts. We went through all this, make sure we have all the pieces, which we do. First step's going to be install the recliner, which has a couple steps to walk through here, how to attach that, which we'll cover here in a moment. And then moving on to the back side of the piece, step 4, install the foot and the wheels. Step 5, install the tray and the armrests. Step 6, press the gas spring into the tray, right up the chair, put both the pillows on the chair, and you should be done. So we're going to go ahead and get everything unbagged here and move on to assembly. Okay guys, so as the instruction sheet here says, the first step is to install the recliner, which is basically attaching the back piece to the seat piece. So the first thing you do here is these 2 screws right here. There's 2 on each side. Go ahead and undo those, and then you wind up attaching the piece to the seat. So we'll go ahead and undo those and then move into the attachment of the 2 together. Okay, so once you get the chair lined up, I just kind of tipped it over on its side on the floor here. You'll want to get these 2 holes lined up and then put your 2 gold bolts into the holes, and you can initially put them in by hand, and then Kinsal included a little Allen wrench to hand tighten them. So we'll go ahead and do that process and then move on to the next step. Okay guys, the next step, now that we got our 2 bolts on each side tightened down, the next step is to put these plastic covers on over those brackets. I will say the brackets themselves and the screws are pretty hefty, so they should have no problem holding up and lasting and keeping the chair together. One quick note is going to be this little wrench that they include. It is a little bit short on this side, so if you are tightening this down and doing a free spin all the way around, keep in mind when it gets down you might scratch your chair here, so just take it out and just do half turns right here until it's all the way tight. So now the next step is going to be to do these covers. One is going to be straight, the other one will have a little bit of a curve here. That will be on the right hand side where the lever is, and the straight one will be on the left hand side where there's not the recline lever. So we'll go ahead and attach those and then move on to the next step. Oh, and one quick note on the install of the little covers here. There is a screw in the middle, and there is a screw hole for that piece in the middle of the cover. Make sure you don't forget to undo that before you put the cover on, so then you can screw it down and it'll stay in place. Okay, so we got the brackets and everything installed. One quick note I forgot to mention earlier, the middle screw there does require a Phillips head. The end of the Allen wrench is going to be the Phillips head that you need. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next step here, which is going to be the install of the wheels to the base. The base itself is pretty heavy. I mean, not super heavy, but pretty sturdy. So it's pretty much a standard snap the wheels into the holes on the base here, and then you set the gas lever into the hole in there. So we'll go ahead and do that and then move on to step 5. Alright guys, here we are on to step 5, which is going to be the removal of the bolts here on the bottom of the chair and the install of the armrest and the lever for the gas mechanism. So as you see here on the instructions, it says install the tray and armrest. So for the armrest, there are 8 total bolts here highlighted in yellow. For the tray, which is the lever for the gas mechanism to raise the chair and lower it, there's going to be these separate 4 red bolts. So here on the chair, we see 3 bolts there, and then we have the other 4 on that side, and then we have these 4 bolts for the tray. So this group of 4 is going to be for the armrest. This group of 4, there should be 4, there's only 3, is going to be for the armrest. I'll have to look in the box and see if there's some extra parts in there. We'll go ahead and get everything installed, and then we'll take a look and see how it is. Okay guys, so we went ahead and got the armrests installed and the lever mechanism here. I looked everywhere in my box and it turned out I was in fact 1 screw short, so before I put the chair through any significant use, I'm going to just probably run down to Lowe's and pick up another one of these bolts. It's nothing fancy, just something basic you could probably find down at the hardware store, so I'm probably going to go that route. So here we go and move on to step 6. So step 6 is going to be put the gas spring in the tray, right the chair, and then install the pillows, and you're pretty much done. So we'll go ahead and tip this thing over and set it in place and see how it looks. Alright guys, so as you see, we went ahead and tipped the chair upright, and next step is going to be the pillows. There's a larger one for the lumbar support down on the bottom, and then a small one that'll attach up top here for your headrest. They basically attach with these little clips here. So we'll go ahead and attach those and take a look at the final product. Alright guys, so here is the final assembled product of the Kinsal Gaming Chair. So you can see the headrest is attached. It just goes through the holes in here with the 2 clips attaching in the back. There's no way to adjust the tightness on that, it just kind of sits as it is. And then you got the nice Kinsal embroidery logo there. The lumbar support, the straps on each side kind of loop down underneath the bottom of the chair, all the way around back here, and then through that top hole underneath the headrest, and then they clip together towards the upper portion of the chair. Since it is just kind of a loop around, you can kind of adjust this pillow up or down wherever you want it in the back. I think most people typically leave them around the bottom there to give your lower back a little bit of support. But yeah, that's basically it. The assembly, not too difficult. I will have to still run down to Lowe's and get the 1 missing bolt. But aside from that, it looks pretty nice. Can't wait to sit in it and try it out for an extended period of time, see how comfortable it is. The armrests obviously adjust up and down. The back with the lever on the side over here does fold all the way down to a 180-degree angle. So if you want to take a nap in your chair, you can recline all the way and do that. From there, it's, yeah, a really nice chair. Like I said, assembly pretty straightforward for an office chair. Took maybe half an hour at the most with the slight hang up of the missing bolt. But from there, it's, yeah, pretty easy. And so far, I definitely recommend it. Quality of the chair, the leather's really nice. And we'll see how it works after some use. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention here is this nifty little metal card, plaque, I guess. Has your chair serial number down here, customer supports, email address, outline of the chair, and the company's name. It's a little aluminum, sturdy but not super thick, pretty light. Just kind of a neat little touch to add to the chair. Set it on your shelf, tuck it away. Alright guys, here we are with the last section of the review of the Kinsal Gaming Chair. I did run down to Lowe's and just pick up a basic bolt to finish attaching the armrest for the one that was missing. Wound up costing me $1 and some change, so definitely not worth waiting for a replacement to arrive in the mail. No big deal. So now that I got that attached and all secure, I went ahead and tested the chair out for the last hour or so. Super comfortable. The lever on the side to recline the seat back can stop pretty much at any point all the way back to 180 degrees horizontal to all the way back upright. The lower back support, fantastic. Definitely saves your back during some long gaming sessions. The armrests here raise up and down, so you can customize those to your arm height. I would say after a decent amount of use here, it's a super comfortable chair. I would definitely recommend it for the price. Really no complaints. It's nice and tall, so you have something for your head to rest against back there. A neat little thing I didn't touch on earlier is the little racing wheel decal here. Kind of a cool little touch. And then the little blue decals, trim pieces there. They have them on the side of the armrest pieces as well. So yeah, really no complaints. Definitely if you're thinking of getting one, I would definitely recommend it. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them as I can. And if you like the video and want to see more reviews in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And thanks for taking the time to watch this review.